Would you want to say something, sister?
I'll just start. It's not live.
Start.
It'll be live in a second. We are just waiting. Yeah.
Namaskar, Sister Priyanka. We are truly privileged to have you today. Our children are eagerly waiting to listen to you. So my head boy, head girl, they are there. And I must tell you, head girl has gone through a lot. She was suffering from COVID, just got over it. Her whole family, a very strong and brave girl. So she will express her emotions. Similarly, our head boy also, a very calm, poised, and very, very idealistic child any parent would love to have.
Yeah.
Namaskar, sister.
The face is the index of the mind, they say. So when I see your faces, I can make out.
Hi, Neelam ma'am. Hello, Neelam ma'am.
We are live, ma'am.
Okay, we are live. Good morning, everybody. It is said, and I quote, if you understand others, you are smart. If you understand yourself, you are illuminated. If you overcome others, you are powerful. If you overcome yourself, you have strength. If you know how to be satisfied, you are rich. If you can act with vigor, you have will. If you don't lose your objectives, you can be long lasting. And if you die without loss, you are eternal. So be careful what you water your dreams with. Water them with worry and fear, and you will produce weeds that choke the life from your dream. Water them with optimism and solutions, and you will cultivate success. With these unprecedented times of COVID-19, ever surging and raging wave, they say when the going gets tough, the tough starts going. As we delve into NEP 2020, solving complex problems seems to be a vital skill set. And as we pass through these turbulent times, the need to solve these complex problems is a need of the hour. So, dear students, without further ado, let me introduce you to Sister Priyanka. BK Sister Priyanka is associated with Brahma Kumaris for the past 15 years. She's Master's in Business Administration from Symbiosis Institute of Management. She's MSc in Value, Education and Spirituality. She's conducted various sessions on stress management for corporates like Reliance and Larsen & Toubro, to name a few. She's also a faculty member of the Security Service Wing of Brahma Kumaris and has served various military and paramilitary forces like Border Security Force, Central Reserve Police Force, Central Industrial Security Force, the Army, the Indian Navy, Coast Guard, etc., and has traveled across the country to conduct these sessions. She has delivered lectures and introduced Raj Yoga meditation in educational institutions like International Institute of Management and Technical Studies, IIMT, and Jawaharlal Nehru University, JNU. Om Shanti, sister. On behalf of ITL Public School, I welcome you on board to this webinar on stress-free living. Today, as students representatives, we have with us Head Girl 2020-21 Sakshi Nautiyal and Head Boy 2020-21 Ayush Gupta. So without further ado, I request Sister Priyanka to kindly take over for further proceedings. Sister, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sister. And would really want to appreciate and I would like to thank you as well, Ms. Ritu and Principal Ma'am, that you took this initiative for these children and for the management at such a crucial time when people don't find time for anything else but to worry. Everyone is caught up with their own problems and their own issues. And at that time, to sort this option, I think is a very wise decision. So congratulations. Uh, Today we are going to talk about stress. Would not want to talk about it, to be very honest, but the circumstances are such that they are forcing us to talk about it. Otherwise, if you see, life is offering us with a lot of gifts, and if we pick up the right ones, we'll never be stressed. Right or not?
Yes, of course.
So when we say we are stressed, means what? When everything happens according to what I feel is right, will I feel stressed? Everything happens according to what I feel is right. Will I be stressed?
No.
So when anything happens against my liking, I feel stressed. So here we need to check. Check your whole day. You meet variety of people. You like some people. You don't like some. Check. Do you like every person you meet? Do you like every conversation or comment that comes forward? Do you like every climate? Suppose, let's just suppose, uh, how many events that happen during the day are liked by you? If you just check it, suppose 70% of them are liked by you. But where does your attention go? 70% things or situations or events that are happening around you are as per your liking. Starting right from your wardrobe, the choice of soap, shampoo, eatables, facilities, mobile phone, everything. But where does your attention go? Where does your attention go? To the 30%?
Shakshi and Ayush, you can interact with Sister Shiva, Priyanka. She's asking all of you. Okay.
I'm the
Every time,
30% that is
Yes,
yeah,
not
I'm the
every
liked.
time
remaining
I'm only
30%.
responding. Sister Priyanka, I must tell you, I was in completely peace of mind. I was getting ready to listen to you, very calm, poised. And then, right in the morning, I got the news that my auntie, my brother's family, my sister in law's family, all are COVID positive, and they're getting panic and all. Got so many calls. So it disturbed me completely. I mean, for a time being, then I was collecting myself. Okay, everything will be correct. Let's pray together. So for some time, I was telling Ritu that I'm little stressed and hassled. I don't know how to react to this situation. So sometimes, even though everything is, as you said, 70% things are correct, 30% calls for our attention. It is really human intrinsic feeling, emotion. It comes. So how to deal with it?
See, life is all about choices, right? Situations do come, and sometimes they are not always favorable and as per what we wanted or we expected out of them. But still, we have a choice. So we will discuss how we have a choice. Wherever your attention goes, that thing grows. This is a law of the universe. जहां आपका ध्यान जाता है, वो चीज बढ़ती है. So the 30% attention goes to our 30% attention, the 30% which is not going fine, हमारा attention नहीं जा रहा है. So that means what? What am I inviting in my life?
More
Negativity.
stress, more worries.
The whole world or the whole universe is actually like an interplay of energy. Whatever I send out will come back. The one who understands this formula, equation, or this philosophy will not try to play with this law. Unnecessarily will not create, will be very attentive about what he's thinking, what he's speaking, and what kind of information he's attaining. So the first thing we need to understand is attention kahan ja raha hai. Now, इस पे एक story है. Once upon a time there was a tree. एक पेड़ था, was weeping, रो रहा था. क्यों रो रहा था? And a bird came and just sat on one of the branches. तो चिड़िया ने पूछा, क्या बात है, आप क्यों रो रहे हो? तो पेड़ ने कहा, can't you see most of my leaves, they have dried up and most of them have fallen. मैं बूढ़ा हो रहा हूँ, I'm about to die. तो जो bird थी, she just smiled and she said, अच्छा ठीक है. First thing, just try and count all the leaves that are still left. Tree ने कहा ठीक है, fine. तो काउंटिंग शुरू की. जब काउंटिंग शुरू की तो क्या देखा, क्या नोट किया? There were so many leaves still there कि वो काउंट करते करते थक गया. And the bird said, what happened? नहीं, अब बहुत सारे हैं, I can't count it. She said, okay, fine. अब जहां जहां से वो पत्ते गिरे थे, just go and observe those each and every branch closely and see, do you find something new coming out? तो उसने ऑब्जर्व किया और उसमें यूं छोटे छोटे नए नए पत्ते आ रहे थे. And he said, हाँ, leaves आ रही हैं. So when I heard this story, the moral that I took for myself was that हमारा attention वहां जाता है जो जा रहा है. But actually our attention should move to, especially at
Positive
that
side
time
of
when we are
things.
losing something, our attention should move to
The positive side of things.
why. Why should my attention move to the positive side? To something which is still there. Why?
Because as you said that we get the energy that, we give out. So if we give out positive energy, that's what we get throughout the day rather than negative energy.
More than that, that's true. But won't I feel better, more energized, the moment I shift my focus from what I'm losing to what I'm gaining or what I still have? So first thing, मेरा अपना एनर्जी लेवल बढ़ जाएगा. सेकंड मॉरल क्या है स्टोरी का? The only thing constant in this world is
Change.
All we need to do is accept it. We need to accept change. अब कहाँ तक acceptance है? Check. Slight change in our lives, positive or negative, does it affect me? And if it does, to what extent? Then we need to talk about uh, happiness and comfort. We need to check. We are running after comforts, we are studying, we are working, we are doing everything. The whole day we are busy doing something. But हम क्या चाहते हैं? हम ये सब क्यों कर रहे हैं? What is that final objective? What is the final objective?
Oh, I think to be happy. As you said, happiness and comfort. We're studying, we're working.
We want happiness. We want happiness, but we are running after. We want happiness, but we are running after. See, we need to check this very keenly. We want happiness. We are running after comforts. When we say comforts, comforts means position, name, fame, salary. Comfort is important. We can't deny it. But we said we are doing everything to gain happiness. That's the motive. Where will we find the happiness in comforts? Comforts and happiness are two things, two different things. I'm sitting on this sofa, I'm in this room. You also must be very comfortable where you sit seated in an AC room with all the gadgets. I'm very comfortable. But suddenly, I start creating such thoughts about people around me. I start criticizing them. I start complaining about them. I start comparing my life with those who have much more than me. Now, when I start doing this, how long am I going to be? I'm comfortable still. How long am I going to be happy?
Not for long.
Not for long. Why?
Because when you start comparing, insecurities creep in, and then stress and worries, unhappiness.
So, where does happiness, if I want happiness, where do I have to run after it? Where do I go to find happiness? What do I need to do? This is a big question today. Right? Some people feel that if I don't uh, think positive, it's okay. As long as I have comforts, I have money, I have gadgets, I can do away with this. Positive thinking is not required in my life if I have gadgets. Science and technology has given us a very comfortable life, no doubt about it, but at a very high price. And that price is peace of mind. So you need to ask yourself, how often do you get irritated? How long do you remain easy? Are you always without hurry and worry? In management, those people say that the best executive is the one who has high BP. Say, this is the philosophy. And some people, we have heard people saying, if I'm stressed, I perform better. And I can make others perform better if I'm stressed. But would you want to keep stress with you? Would you want to keep stress with you?
No, ma'am, not at all.
If it's such a good thing, why not to keep it with you all the time? Would you want to keep it with you, preserve it with you? Because it,
And we won't get
see, it
peace of mind.
enhances your efficiency, you know. You said something, Ayush?
Yes, I said we won't get peace of mind till we hold on to that stress.
So stress, you want to manage stress or you want to remain stress free? Make a choice. What do you want to do? Do you want to manage stress? Let it be with me for some time. When I need it, I'll use it. Or you want to be stress free?
Ma'am, be stress free, of course.
You want to be stress free. Nobody wants to keep stress. Sure? And that's right. See, because when once a man got so stressed that he started shouting at his wife. Since stress is not a good thing to keep, so wife passed it on to the child. And now why would a small child keep stress with him? So what did he do? They had a pet dog. So the child did something to irritate the dog. And the dog thought, where do I pass my stress on? So he thought, the one who started it all, I should go and just bit him. And he went and bit the owner of the house. So there's no point passing it on, because ultimately it is going to come back to me, even if I pass it on. So I can't keep stress, I can't pass it on to others. Now what is the option for me? The only option is I need to be stress free. So in order to be stress free, what do I need to do? I need to first check and measure how much stress I have, whether I'm in stress or not. The first thing is check, and the second thing is change. We will check first and then change. If we don't check, will we be able to change? We will not be able to change anything. So we need to check first. So let's do a checking thing. We have prepared a questionnaire for you. And to realize how much stressed we are, how do we realize how much stressed we are? If we criticize or complain about a single thing, we are stressed. So just check yourself. Do you criticize or complain about a single thing in the whole day, during the whole day? So let's do a checking. So we are offering you a questionnaire to measure your current level of stress. So when I say current, I mean in the past 12 months, how have you felt? How have you been feeling for past 12 months? That's your current status. And the rating for your answers will be, first the options, there are 4 options for every question. First is rarely, second is sometimes, third is often, and fourth is always. Right? Rarely, sometimes, often, and always.
Always.
Okay. Now you will rate yourself as follows. You will give a score of 1 for rarely, 2 for sometimes, 3 for often, and 4 for always. Just jot down the ratings. And now I will read out the questions to you, and you just choose one of the options. And I will read it out quickly because we are short of time. First,
Sister, I think this was flashing on the screen when the student joined in, so they've all done this,
oh, they've
including
all
Sakshi and
done
I.
this already.
Yes, yes,
Wonderful.
yes,
Very
yes.
good. It's very good. Okay. So I after reading all the questions, you must have, and I hope you have answered all the questions honestly,
Yes,
because
yes.
the more honest you are with yourself,
Yes, ma'am.
the better you will do the checking. And the result is, if you have scored below 18, then I think you are all right. You really need not worry much. If you are between 18 to 25, then I think you need some help. And if you have scored above 25, then it's a case of emergency, and you need to do something to sort your mind, to manage your thoughts. You have to do something. Now, how to manage yourself? This is a big question. To manage yourself, first we need to know what stress exactly is. When we studied, most of you must have, some of you must have studied physics. So there is a formula in physics. What is that formula for stress? What is the formula for stress? Anybody? In physics,
Ma'am, it's
there is a
usually,
formula.
yes, ma'am, it's usually force upon length
Okay.
or the pressure.
Yes. Stress is equal to pressure upon resilience. The numerator is pressure and the denominator is resilience, is equal to stress. So we want to avoid stress and we blame the pressures. We say there are a lot of pressures in my world. What are the pressures? Just count the pressures in your life.
Boards.
Attitude of parents, attitude
Sakshi
of
said,
parents,
Sakshi said board examination.
board examinations. Okay, fine. That's the biggest pressure. Situations, the pandemic. For some, it might be financial problems. For some, it might be emotional turmoils, behavioral issues in relations. For some, it might be pressure of studies, workload. So these are all pressures in life. So when we forget this equation, which equation? That stress is equal to pressure upon resilience. When we forget this formula, what we how we perceive stress is equal to pressure. Stress is equal to pressure. And we conveniently ignore the denominator because we feel we have nothing to do with the denominator, resilience. What is resilience? We just need to work upon pressure. And so what we tried doing, when we tried controlling the pressure, what all did we do?
Ma'am, we blame the stress. We blame the stress, we blame the
Tried
pressure, we
changing
didn't
people.
look at the
We tried
resilience.
changing people. We tried criticizing people and complaining about them and telling them this is your problem. You better sort this out. And why did I say this? Because your attitude or your behavior or your problem is putting pressure on me. That's the pressure in my life. So you change so that my pressure reduces. Teachers tried to change the students. Students tried to change the schools, the tuitions. Parents, they try and change the children, and the children try and change the parents. Children try and avoid the parents. We tried all this, but were we successful? Did the pressure reduce? Now we understood after trying so much, after trying so hard, one thing we understood was pressure is never going to change. What do you feel? The crime rate will increase with time or it's going to decrease? Pollution will increase or decrease?
Increase with time.
Population?
It'll increase with time.
Increase.
Adulteration?
Increase.
Increase.
So the pressure is only,
Increasing.
Going to increase.
so let's
Sister,
forget the pressure.
I just have one viewpoint. When you say increase or decrease, as you say, change is constant. Whatever is happening, whatever the pressure, it will change, whether it is for the positive or for the negative. The pressure is going to change. Yeah.
Yes. Pressure is going to change. That's true. But when I lose patience, what do I try to do? The pressure will change, but the clause is it will change on its own time. It has a time period of its own to change. What do I try and do? If you have a habit which is not good, and I tell you, please change this habit today, you would tell me, how is it possible to change it today? Give me some time. So every pressure needs its own time to change, and it will take its own time to change, and it will change when it wants to change. So I think it would be wiser if we just leave aside pressure and we stop thinking about the pressure now. We have thought about it a lot and we have suffered a lot because we have tried our best to change the pressures. Now let's just forget them. Let's now focus on the numerator, the denominator. What is the denominator?
Resilience.
Resilience.
What is resilience?
Being able to get through all those problems. Having that
Resilience is
Our
ability.
capacity to
yes,
Bounce
my
back. Bounce back.
bounce back. Uh, is that resilience increasing or that resilience is decreasing with time? What do you feel in your case?
Personally, I think it is increasing with time. The
It is
more
increasing.
problems,
Very
the tiny problems I face, it increases with those.
Very good. Very good. The pressures are increasing. See, now it is conditional. Some people might have a lot of pressures in their lives. In their case, they say, "What do I do? I have so many pressures. How can I maintain my resilience?" And some people might say, "I hardly have any pressures, so my resilience is the same as it was." The question is, when there are problems in your life, what do you think at that time? That is your resilience. That is your inner power. So we need to work upon.
Thinking.
Resilience.
the
So it is not
resilience.
that how much work you are doing, how much pressure do you have. It is more about what are you thinking. So stress has nothing to do with the pressures. Stress has everything to do with the turbulent mind. So we do need to set the mind right, and for that we need to prioritize our life. There are three categories in which we prioritize our lives. The first is work or studies. Second is family. And the third one is self. Now, how do you prioritize them? in your personal life, how do you prioritize them? Which one comes first for you?
Ma'am, for me, it's family and friends, work and study, and then self.
Then self. Okay.
And I
Same
would
for
say the
everyone
same.
else? Same? If we don't set the right priorities in our lives, then we will keep running after things which will not fetch us anything but stress. We need to set the priorities right. If I put work or studies first, and I ignore in the process, I ignore myself, I ignore my family, my whole focus is on studies. And something happens there. It's bound to happen. There are pressures, and pressures are not in my control. I feel irritated. When I feel irritated, I take it out on my family. That's the only place where I can take it out. True?
Yes, sister.
When I hurt my family members, they are the foundation and the fundamentals of my life. They are the roots. If the root gets destroyed, will the leaves be green? Can the leaves remain green? Possible. Whatever I do in life, I get that back of my mind, I get that energy from them. They are the source of energy for me. Wherever I go away from them. That energy will keep following you. When I ignore the family or I behave not in the right way, or I just hurt them, how do I feel? The self. Will I remain calm and happy, light, easy?
No,
With it?
sister, we feel
No,
guilty when we
ma'am.
hurt our friends
We
and
feel
family.
And
guilty.
when I return back to school or work the next day, will I be a happy person? Will it affect my studies? Gradually it will. So what should be the priority then? Set the priority right. What should be the priority? If first thing in the morning, I take care of the self, and then when I feel happy and light, I will interact positively with my relatives, with my friends, with my family. I'll be able to give them positivity because if I have, I will give what I have. If I have positivity, I will give positivity. If I have a good self-esteem, what is self-esteem?
Ma'am, how we think of ourselves, how much respect we have for ourselves.
How do I feel about myself? So, how is it possible to raise the self-esteem? What do I need to do? How do I take care of the self? Because generally, when I say take care of the self, people generally, how do they take it? Self means body. So they start exercising, eating healthy, and everything. But actually, it is not so. Self means the mind, the thinking entity. There is a small child here which keeps on tickering you. I mean, about the past things that have happened. Some, especially the things which have not gone right in your life. They keep on triggering that past. This child keeps on triggering that past. And whenever you are alone, that child starts talking to you. Sometimes it is crying. And then you say, I don't want to sit alone. I better spend my time with WhatsApp. I don't have time to meditate. Meditate means sitting alone and listening to the mind and talking to the mind and telling the mind everything will be fine. You are perfect. You have that power in you. You are the most powerful being on earth. You can remain stable. I know you can do it. And that's meditation. But I say I don't have time for meditation. I just want to rush with life, rush into speaking, rush into seeing things without thinking. So just like if I eat healthy, I don't have to worry about my physical health. It will automatically be in the right shape. Similarly, if I take care and eat, read healthy, watch healthy, listen to healthy stuff, I will never, the word stress will not be a part of my vocabulary. I will never have to worry about my mental problems, stress and everything. So stress is not my creation. It's not a pressure's creation, external creation. Stress is the choice, is the result of the choices that I have made. This orbit, this is my orbit. This is my space. I am the in charge of this mind orbit. So I will choose what do I need to encourage, what do I need to delete, and what do I need to store permanently in this orbit. It's my choice. When there is a lot of trash in the phone, the functioning of the phone slows down. So like we pay so much attention on that, removing the trash, keeping what is required, and blocking what is not needed. Similarly, I have to take care of this orbit now, and it is not an option. It is the call of time. It is the need of the hour that I do this for myself every morning. Every morning, do this check. So I think, Sister Ritu, do we have time?
Any questions, Ayush, Sakshi? Please go on.
Yes, ma'am, we did have a few questions.
Please
So,
go on,
ma'am, I
Sakshi.
think this is a common question that all students, especially class 12 students, have. And since it's related to stress, I would like to ask you that we already have like this double stress coming from boards as well as entrances. And with so much uncertainty with the postponement of boards and no answer coming back from, the authorities that help us give our entrances, I think every 12th class student has been in so much pressure, and then waking up every morning listening to negative COVID news. You open your phone and the first thing that comes on the news app, it tells you how many positive cases are there. And it's so much negativity right now that we do not know how to battle such stress. So that's what I would like to ask you, sister.
See, now I'm going to talk to you as matured individuals, not as children. Forget that you are children. As a human being, we need to set the priorities right now. Like I asked you first, what is the aim, the final purpose of your life? What is the final purpose of your life?
As we've discussed here, and I think I agree with it, to be happy. The
You,
final aim is,
but then you have few targets, the short ones. if at all you are not meeting those targets, and if you have set that final aim in your mind, will you be affected by those small targets if they are not achieved? So look at life in a bigger picture. It's like a ship, and in that ship we are sailing, and we have set a few, just to pass time, we have set a few targets in life. So, but the ship is sinking. As a citizen, as a human being, when will I pat myself? If I keep running after the small targets that I had set for myself and still keep worrying about them, in spite of knowing that the ship is sinking? Or will I pat myself by being one of those who was a helping hand in saving people's lives?
Being a helping hand, of course.
You want to be the best student of the school, or you want to be the best help to the school?
The best help to the school.
What is the difference?
I think a student mainly focuses on the academics or maybe even the co-curricular, but being a help to the school is, it starts from the little things. So greeting our teachers as well as the didis and bhaiyas who work in the school. And that's what we're taught in our school. So I think that's what being the best help is.
So being a help to the school means what? I have to now shift my thinking pattern to spreading happiness. We have made this world a very comfortable place. Now we need to make this world a happy place. How will you contribute to make this world a happy place? And your world is your school.
By being helpful in, everyday the small tasks that we have. So by just not thinking about ourselves, our fellow
Happiness
classmates,
is happiness is a state of
mind.
mind. So the need of the hour is to think right, to have elevated thoughts. And first thing in the morning, if you take care of yourself and you inculcate all the positive thoughts, elevated thoughts, listen to a nice class, influx yourself with the wonderful positive thoughts, some classes. And then when you interact with your peers and other people, just try and create a chain of positive thoughts. Stop talking about the news. Stop sharing the news of the negative news, because once you listen to one negative news, how do you feel? What kind of feeling it creates inside?
Worry, especially in such times.
One negative news makes you feel the world is not a happy place. And then even if you want to think and remain positive throughout the day, would you be able to stay positive?
Mhm.
It would be very difficult. So first thing is just put a sensor and start creating good thoughts, and put spirituality as a priority in your life. When I say spirituality is not about something religious, it is about uh, creating positivity in the mind, taking care of the mind. Just spread happiness. The need of the hour is uh, earn blessings, earn blessings from people. And the only way to earn blessings is not through money, not through comforts. You can't do it now. The money is of no use today in the hospitals. So the only way you can create happiness is by creating good thoughts and creating a chain of good thoughts and just forwarding those thoughts across. Have you ever done this before? You might be
Not
having your
always, not always, but I'm sure we after this session we'll inculcate more that into our lives.
So let's create a chain and let's just take a pledge today. This school, we as the responsible students of the school, we say no to the news. We don't want to be a part of that community which keeps on talking about this news and who feel that we are very knowledgeable. They are not called knowledgeable now. They are creating that negative environment in the whole world. We don't want to create that negative environment anymore. We just want to talk about positivity, good thoughts, and share only good news. And create a good self-esteem for yourself and try and boost the self-esteem of others too. Now we will think about it in the next session. How do we do that?
Yes, sister.
How do we create such an environment which heals everyone, which feels in that environment, whoever enters in that environment feels like I'm in a different world, a world where everybody has only good thoughts to think about, as if they are creating a new world. Change is the only thing constant. We might be seeing something uh, which is not good, which is not what we wanted, but at the same time, we are and have the capability to create something wonderful out of this. So we are the ones who will bring about the change. We will bring about the change, the new change, a positive change.
Ayush, any question from you?
I just wanted a quick question. That we have been like restricted to our home like for a year, like about a year now, and with frequent lockdowns, and we've been like rising cases as it is showing in the news. We got a glimpse of what our normal life was in the I guess from January to March. The cases were a little low. Schools had reopened. We had gone to school after such a long time, and it was all positive. But suddenly again, we are restricted to our homes. So we like have experiencing a change. Like personally, me, I've been experiencing changes in appetite, energy, the motivation I'm having. So, what would you suggest that we do in our daily life? What do we inculcate to not let these changes affect us?
You have to create a small school in your own space. You have to inculcate discipline in your own life. Stop somebody from outside, depending on somebody outside who will give you a schedule and then accordingly you will work on it. Make your own schedule. And another reason for stress is that when we have a lot of plans, but we are not putting them into action and we are not bringing them into action, that builds up anxiety, and then ultimately you feel guilt conscious that I'm not able to do what I wanted to do. Although I'm thinking about it, but I'm not doing it. So set small targets for yourself throughout the day. And when you start achieving even one or two of them, you will have that good self-esteem coming out. And when you have that good self-esteem, then it will energize you to do more and more and more. So again, rather than thinking about what's not there, start thinking about what's still there. And the only thing important right now is to feel good. Do small things that make you feel good. And the only way to raise your immunity level is to think positive, and the information that you will take in will ultimately either make you feel good or make you feel bad. If you are not feeling good and if you're feeling disturbed, immediately start listening to some very positive, elevated information for some very nice class, elevated class on positive thinking. This will act as a first aid. So if you are not feeling good, means you are not thinking good. You are not thinking good because the information that you have put in is not good. Change the information, the feeling will change. Fine? Answered?
Any other
Yes, ma'am.
questions, Sakshi, Ayush? Anything? Any question, Sakshi?
No, sister. Thank you so much for the session. It was actually very
Thank you so much.
enriching because we've been under so much stress and listening to you. And the last 14 days were difficult for me because going through COVID. But I was talking to my teachers and they said, "Ki listen to ma'am because you will feel better." And I did feel better with the session.
Must take out some time to uh, meditate and learn meditation and be a part of spirituality. Try and induce this new subject into your life, because it is not an option anymore, it is a need. The only need now is to go within. Everybody is going out, 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 and trying to sort things out. But all the wise people who have gone through life, like Vivekananda, Mahatma Gandhi, they all said one thing: your outer world is a mere reflection of your inner world. So to set things right outside, you need to set things right inside. And for that, you need to take time to go inside. So try and introduce to yourself. I think this is going to be the best gift during this COVID time that you can offer to your mind. Your mind is going to thank you for this gift. And today, the only thing which is disturbed is the mind. We are taking care of the body, and we say, stay in, stay safe. So we say for the mind also, if you want to make a healthy mind, stay in, stay safe. Stop thinking about people. Stop focusing on what's happening outside, and just put your whole attention on what's going on inside, and what do I put, what kind of information do I influx and feed my mind so that my mind feels good. Just start taking care of this small child, and the world will change. Everything will change. Okay?
Thank you, sister. And Sakshi and Ayush, do you have any questions so far?
Thank you so much, Sakshi, and thank you
Yes.
so much, Ayush. It was wonderful. God
And
bless you. And
thank you,
I
sister.
God bless all of you who have been sending those who have been sending their messages in the chat, and all those who have been giving a nice, patient listening. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Stay positive and remain safe and be responsible. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be that change. Thank you very much, Principal. Respected
Thank you.
Principal.
Thank you so much. We are truly privileged to have you today. And I hope all our students who are under tremendous stress, even starting from class 10th, whose board exam was cancelled, now we have given them some kind of closure by starting class 11, so that they start again thinking that, okay, we have been elevated to the new next class and start studying, and some kind of happiness. I know most of you are down with COVID. So many students of our school, our teachers, our staff, everybody is down with COVID. So you are really passing through a challenging time. And we are all praying together. Prayers have healing power. And together, when we pray, it is only for the well being for all of you. And Sakshi and Ayush, I know you are waiting for your exam patiently. I mean, it got cancelled. Now you don't know what will happen, what kind of exam will take place, and you have missed your last year of your school. I mean, those happiness of conducting teachers day, prefectural body, and all those things, I understand. Before your result is out, I promise you I will do everything. I mean, how far I can go, I don't know, but I want to give you that happiness. I want to see that smile on your face. I know all of you have gone through a lot, even your parents. parents are also struggling. So all of you be a support system for each other. Even in our ITL fraternity, also in the whole community, our parents are our partner, and they are really helping us like anything. Our doctor parents, they are helping our teachers, our students, all of us, as far as they can. So that's why I drafted a gratitude letter for our parents. Similarly, our teachers are down with COVID, yet not down with their spirit. So many teachers are teaching you, not feeling well and isolated in their room. So that also is a great, great spirit and resilience. Sister Priyanka spoke about. So let's be all resilient and let's all bounce back. Good times will prevail. So keep your mind, body, and soul at peace. Do some meditation as she advised you. All of us will sail through together. All of us. So don't worry and don't panic. Panic will not solve any problem at all. Whatever problem is coming, whatever challenge is coming, we will all face that. And happiness always comes from within. Don't look for happiness outside. It is within yourself. So that's what Sister Priyanka was talking about. So try to reduce your stress by doing something, some yoga, some exercise, pranayam, which will help you really, or listening to a good piece of music, talking to your friends. You are physically distanced, not socially, so stay connected. We are trying everything to remain connected with you. Okay, so I wish you all the best. Thank you, Sister Priyanka, for conducting this session. We are truly
Just,
privileged.
just one request, ma'am. Can we just conclude the session with a minute's meditation?
Yeah,
Just a minute. Just a minute.
definitely.
Just sit back comfortably and put your focus on yourself. I, the beam of light, separate from this body. I look at myself as a tiny point of light, a star shining in the middle of the forehead. I'm the one who thinks. I'm the one who's seeking happiness. Today I talk to myself and tell myself, I tell my mind, everything will be alright. I am a powerful star. Whatever I think, I will achieve. My every thought reaches out to the universe, to the people around me, creates an energy field, and returns back to me. I will be very careful about what I feed my mind with. I will listen to the positive news only. I will take care that every morning I read elevated thoughts. and make my mind healthy. A healthy mind will create healthy thoughts, and powerful thoughts will change my destiny. I am a very powerful being. Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Oh, sir.
Thank you, sister.